Hey there, everybody. It's Chance Dorsey with Sales Solve Everything. Listen, the last time that we were together, I said, hey, the critical path is not dead. And that over the next few videos, I was going to talk about each component of the critical path. So today, I want to talk to you about the welcome. The welcome, it's the first step in the critical path. And I think, in my opinion, it's probably the most important part of the presentation. And I know what you're thinking right now. How can something that we spend so little time on be so important in the presentation? Well, I'll tell you why, okay? Because the welcome is what rolls out the red carpet for our prospect, and it creates the first impressions. And first impressions are lasting impressions, right? So what you say and do right here at the beginning gives your prospects their first glimpse into you. It's at this point that they decide, do they like you? Can they trust you? Would they buy a home from you? And guess what? Prospects make these decisions in seconds. So our welcome has to be spot on. Okay. So what are some of the things that we can do to make our welcome perfect? All right. Number one, and I know that you know this, but I feel like I have to say it anyway. When your customer walks in, the spotlight is on them. Make it about them. Stop what you're doing, get out of your desk, and be engaged with them. Curious and caring. That's what we always say at Sales Solve Everything. If you genuinely care and are curious, folks will pick up on that and know that you're sincere. Okay? All right. Number two, read the room. You've got to determine quickly what's their demeanor? What's their personality style? Are they quiet and shy, or are they super extroverted and outgoing? The reason we have to know this is because we want to match that same energy. We don't want to come on strong if they're laid back. No, we want to dial it back a little bit in that case. But if they're outgoing or have a commander personality, then we've got to be right there at that level, creating a presentation atmosphere that makes them the most comfortable. Okay? All right. Now we're up to number three, body language. What does your customer see? And this goes along with first impressions. I want to see an open body language that sends the signal that you're approachable, that you want to be helpful, and that you care about the current situation. The other thing I want you to remember is this. Let's dress for success, but let's dress appropriately for the role. You know, we seem to have this kind of casual vibe in our society today. So I think we have to be careful with what we choose to wear. But at the same time, don't overplay it. You don't want to be sporting Sunday's suit and tie when business casual is a little more appropriate, okay? So remember, looking good makes you feel good, and that's the kind of confidence that brings you the deals, all right? So also, one more thing about that. Nothing shows that you feel great and are confident more than those pearly whites. Smile. Let's show our prospects right out of the gate that we love what we do. A smile creates trust. Trust creates certainty. And that certainty is what we need. I mean, come on, especially in today's market, right? And we need that to seal the deal. Okay, number four. Now listen, how far are we into this presentation? 3 seconds maybe? So here's what we're going to do next. We're actually going to open our mouth and say something. So extend your hand. If it's appropriate, make solid eye contact and say, welcome to XYZ community. My name is, state your name. I'm glad you came in. What's going on today? Okay, now, this is just one example of what you can say. But for years, it was my go-to, and it was well rehearsed. And what I mean by rehearsed is that it was fun and inquisitive. What's going on? It seemed to be a great question to allow the customers the opportunity to say, well, whatever they wanted to say. A little game that I used to play was to see how long I could go without talking about homes. It gave me the opportunity to connect with the customer and what makes them tick. Okay. Remember, it's not about you. Okay. It's about them. And there's all kinds of greetings that we can create that are just as good that give them center stage and the opportunity to go in the direction that they want to. But we have to be right there ready to pick up on what they're laying down, because we've got to ask questions and be inquisitive to help them elaborate on their current situation and what their vision is for the future. Okay? Now, I want you to stay away from saying something like, "Can I help you?" All you're doing in that case is basically saying, "Can you please defend why you just walked in my office?" But overall, our goal is to get them talking, because that's going to lead us to the next step in the critical path, and that's qualifying. Hey, look, I hope this gives you some really cool ideas on how to step up your welcome. Until next time, sell well, have fun, and I hope to see you soon.